Well, hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Creativity or Arts Corner. I'm Catherine, and today I have a special guest, Mr. Bill Hayden. Bill, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for asking me to join. It's my chance to chat with others and interact and to connect with people that are going through similar things.
Yeah, your time to connect. So I'm glad we could find this time together. So this month's theme is about changing abilities, when abilities change. And I thought Bill would be a really great person to talk to about this because Bill, what kind of abilities have you noticed changing?
Oh, one thing I've noticed, like a lot of people out there and friends of mine similar, I've lost a lot of things. It's part of what I have, and my art sort of reflects that. I
Yeah, so
lost
I'm
the ability to read, to really
ability.
read a side of Facebook, but that's not exactly reading. But reading
But that's
books, I can't
connecting,
read.
Bill. That's
Yeah,
connecting.
yeah. Oh no, it's great for my social part. But I used to be so into things and science, and I worked in research and everything else. So it's suddenly I'm not able to do that. I can't even watch movies that well anymore. I would do books on tape, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, so what
'Cause-
you did there, that's really
Yeah,
neat, is you
yeah,
found a way to just
yeah,
adjust for your changing abilities by
exactly.
instead of reading, you can listen.
That's right. That's right. And what's happened, I'm lucky as far as art goes, and that's sort of the idea of this chat. Um, in my job prior, I traveled to lots of places around the world, went to many museums, had dinners at these museums for different events and so on. I looked at stuff, but I really didn't fizz me that much. What happened is I joined a support group here in Montreal called Alzheimer Group, and we would go there once a week for about 4 hours, and one of the 4 hours we'd spend time doing art therapy.
So
Now
you've never
I
done
can't.
art before.
Oh no, no, no! Even as I can't even draw. Even now I can't draw a stick man, but I've found a way of it. They taught the good thing about the place AGI or Alzheimer Group is the art therapist says you're not here to perform. You're not here to impress any of us. You're here to just do it. Don't think too much, which is pretty good for people like us. We don't think too much anyway. So
So it's a
this sort
good
of,
match.
yeah, like live in the moment practically. So I decided, yeah, I'll give it a kick in the can, see what happens. And I started doing it and I loved it. It was weird because, like I said, I had no interest in art at all. And I
So
liked
what did you love about it, Bill?
a couple of things. It was a way of, as I say in the old cliche, stop and smell the roses. We went to art museums as a group. They explained to us different things, what this person is trying to do, this type of art. So I was able to stop and do that. In my busy, busy world prior, not that I didn't like, but I had no time. Always busy, busy going here, traveling. So now I was able to just, wow, just stop and go. Look at a tree, for instance, and go, wow. And art was like that. And as far as doing it, um, I think one thing I've run across, and I think a lot of people I know have run across, is trying to explain to normal people that don't have this what's going on.
So
You can read about
you have found a way to use your artwork as an
this
expression of your experience of living with vascular dementia.
very much.
But now
So,
your
so
artwork, Bill,
my art was the same thing. I was able to explain to a normal person what I'm going through. Is kind of like, oh, so sometimes you have a hard time remembering. Well, it's not exactly that. So how does it feel? Well, it's me, so it does feel, but it's different. So my art allowed me to show people and go, aha. And one
so
of my greatest things was posting one of my things on on one of the Facebook pages. I think it's called Art and Dementia. Anyway, and I get little replies from people. Some were caretakers, some were professionals like yourself that said, "Yes, that's what people are trying to say. Oh, I'm going to try this with one of my people to see if they can
so
express it."
so Bill, I
Mm,
know which piece you're talking about, that you
mm,
are really proud of how it illustrates visually
Yeah,
what it feels like being you with
yeah,
dementia. Would you
yeah,
mind sharing that with us and tell us a little bit about it?
sure. So I was going to this weekly session at AGI, and part of it was art therapy. Then the COVID hit, like everywhere else, and we weren't allowed even getting together. But they had a person doing it. It was called through a stage or a work project while you go to school. I'm not sure what it's called. Anyway, and there's a person getting her master's degree in art therapy, and she did it through Zoom. We were able to still do it, so it got me. Wow, I'm able to continue the thing I like. So what I did, one of her things is her teacher wanted me, whatever, to film me doing something that expresses what I'm going through, and this is perfect. And that's what this is in front of you. What is it? It's clay, air dry clay. What I did is I took a block of it, and as you can see, the face is very non-colored, non-shaped, just very bland. And it's my way of expressing to people, normal people, again, what I'm really going through, because you can see my face and that, hey, you seem normal, as many of us have heard, but it's not normal. What's happening is the insides of our brain, the insides of our thoughts, our experiences are actually melting as we speak. Our memories are fading. Our ability to do things are going away. And so what you see is not necessarily what you get, because inside, which is, I would say, 99% of what we're going through is actually inside. It's not like other diseases. You can see them and touch them and notice them, and the person's still the same person inside. We're kind of the opposite. We look very much normal, whatever that means, but inside we're having a hard time doing things, which you might notice, but also ourselves being us is hard. It's very difficult for us because we're not the same person. It's like someone changed our car, or someone changed something we've had for a long time, and this is a new one we have to get used to. And that sometimes happens monthly. It sometimes happens daily, where things change, because it's your brain. Your brain is you. It's you that's melting. So this is the melting me, as I call it.
Thank you, Bill. That's really impactful to me. So I'm going to ask everybody out there to just take a second. And what was that like for you? How does that make you feel? I'm going to ask our audience, Bill, for them to take a moment. How did that make you feel to see that? What did you learn? Why do you think it's important that we get the experiences of seeing artwork like that? And what might, what might it inspire us to understand better? So thank you, Bill, for getting us to think a little bit.
Oh, no
So
problem.
is there anything else? Do you have any other pieces that you want to share?
We did all kinds of stuff. I tend to stick to things that are more not visual, things that are more tactile,
Yeah, you use your
because
hands.
because I can't really draw. Like, I'm really bad at drawing. I've always been bad at drawing. Nothing to do with what I'm going through. But I discovered a way of expressing myself. I've always been very expressive verbally, talking, speaking, but I'm not really able to do that anymore. Even writing is a little interesting. So my stuff is more physical. So another one I did was, we would have these weekly sessions when we were able to, prior to COVID. And we went to our one class, and they gave us these blank, I guess, paper masks, with the little elastics, and you can
Yeah,
decorate them
like
for Halloween or a party or something.
Mardi Gras.
Exactly. Yeah. So they gave everybody one, and we all have our own little sections, our own little tables. And then they had a table full of all kinds of stuff, feathers and jewels and stickers and all kinds of cool stuff, where you can go and grab whatever you like and decorate your mask. You hit it on the head when you said Mardi Gras. That's sort of what the theme was. For some reason, and I think some of you have gone through this, where you just freeze. And it's like you're in loopy land. You're not really there. It's kind of weird. It's the brain.
Hmm.
So I just looked at it and I felt, well, oh well, I guess this class I'm not going to do anything, because I'm completely clueless. But then it occurred to me, well, why don't you just get up, go to the table where all the doodads are, look and see what's there, grab a pile of stuff, and maybe start going.
So you
So I
just
went.
needed to get started. Like
That's
get up,
another
get
problem
out
I
of your
have.
chair. Step
It
one,
is. It's a
go to
big.
the table.
Yes, that's one of my biggest problems. is the motivation. Not that I don't want to do it, just like, okay. So I went to the table and grabbed stuff. So what I did was, I'll show you my mask. I'll switch it. So first, here's the front of the mask. And it's hanging on the wall so that people can see both sides, because it's a two-sided thing. So you can see the front of the mask. It really represents the outside world and what we see. Someone playing basketball, someone standing there talking, picture of scenery. And the eyes are blank. And it's very similar to the way we feel, because it feels like things go through our eyes, but there's no expression. And then I also found a piece of wire on the craft table, and I wired the mouth shut, because we really, for whatever reason, we were unable to really express ourselves. It's hard for us to tell people what we're going through, and also to engage with people. So that's what the front part of it looks like. And there's the size. And then on the back, which is really, the back really represents inside our heads. This is my expression of what it's like to have what I have. There's a lot of question marks, because a lot of stuff isn't connected to other pieces of information. We may remember little bits, but not all of them, but not all at the same time like we used to. So there's little diamonds. These represent things we do remember, but they're not connected, as you can see. So we have a sort of a partial view of things a lot. So that's the back of the mask. So it was my way of expressing or explaining to normal people what it's like to have what I have, what it's like to be me, that on the outside, I see things like everybody does, but I don't always absorb them the same way, and I don't absorb them all connected. And it was a good way to explain to people.
So, Bill, I really want to thank you for sharing your new abilities with us.
Oh.
I find your artwork is inspiring, and I hope you continue to live in those moments and just let it free, because it really is insightful as well. So thank you for your time. Thank you for your beautiful artwork, and hopefully we'll see some more down the line.
Yep. Thank you all very much.
Hey folks, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to help us spread Teeps's positive approach message around the world. And don't forget to click the bell to get notified when new videos are posted.